All right, so German Chapo is your real world username. Is that an inspiration from El Chapo or something
It
else?
is.
Or did you watch? Was it Narcos? That was El Chapo.
It was Narcos, yeah.
What did you watch it and you're like, damn, I'm inspired.
No, I didn't watch it. It was some
Okay,
insider joke back then, and then I just kept the name till now.
okay, fair enough. Could you give an introduction about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Chapo. I'm from Germany. I'm 18. Right now, I'm doing my apprenticeship, my e-commerce apprenticeship, and yeah, I joined the real world about a month ago, and it's been going pretty good so far.
What does e-commerce apprenticeship mean?
So my tasks are pretty much marketing, email marketing, especially. I do the newsletters. We uh, we talk to customers. We check the support tickets. And yeah, just overall the marketing, the web shop background, everything that needs to be on the product page, the description, price, pictures, everything that has to do with product and the representation of the company itself.
And how did you actually get this role?
I just saw an ad and I applied.
Interesting. Okay. And was this pre-joining the real world or after?
That was before joining the Freebird, yeah.
Okay. So it was just okay, just to get a better understanding of the whole picture. Where was your life heading then before you joined the real world? Like, what were your plans? The work you were doing, where was it heading, basically?
I mean, my plans were always to start my own company at some point in my life. I didn't want to work for anyone for the rest of my life. That's I don't know, I just couldn't do that. So I always had the goal of, you know, making it on my own without having to work a 9 to 5. But I had completely different plans before joining the real world. So my aim was to start a company and sell products. I didn't know which kind of products, like specifically. I just knew that I want to sell products. But now I'm still kind of wanting to sell products, but my main focus is on freelancing now. So yeah.
Now on freelancing. Why? Why did you choose to switch?
Because freelancing is just something I can always do. Like for products, it's if there's low demand, I don't make money. But with freelancing, it's like if I'm motivated, I can make as much money as I want.
Hmm. Okay, and I'm guessing you switched to freelancing after having joined the real world, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So let's begin with how did you find out about the real world in the first place?
Through Andrew Tate, honestly, like everyone else, pretty much. I just saw the reels, the interview clips, especially. That was like yeah, that was the biggest aspect that made me join the real world. Yeah, like the all the feedback in the interviews, the stories. Yeah, that was really motivating.
Yeah, super cool. All right, and then when you joined, was freelancing the first campus you got into, or did you try others?
Yeah, I did the quiz, and it told me that the client acquisition campus is the best one for me.
Is that because you had existing skills already?
Yes and no. Not like I didn't do anything in like I didn't do freelancing as a job or anything like that. But I did reach out to companies to offer them a few services every now and then because I always knew that I know how to write and I know how to talk to companies professionally.
Mhm. Okay, and then what would you say was the biggest challenge then you faced while you were implementing lessons from the client acquisition campus?
Honestly, it wasn't hard at all. I'm not really into freelancing right now. So I started with flipping, and freelancing is something I'm learning to start soon. The biggest challenge I would say is that's hard. It wasn't a challenge, to be honest. Just kind of it started and then it just worked.
Fair enough. And you're saying flipping, so is that your main focus at the moment, flipping?
Right now, that's my main focus. Yeah, so I'm just doing that. That's my main way of making money. I'm gonna put it like that.
Okay,
My main focus is freelancing, but flipping is my main way of making money right
got
now.
it. And do explain how you make your money through flipping. What is the process there?
So I just basically I look through marketplace pretty much all day. Like even when I'm at work, I have my phone next to me, and I look for products that I can sell for profit. I just I look on marketplaces, and if I see something interesting where I think, oh yeah, that might be profitable, I go on eBay and I check prices. Like, I filter through the last sold items and I see how much they were going for, and then I decide if it's a profitable product or no. So at the start, I started flipping products that I had already, just like old stuff that I didn't use anymore. Then I moved on to like cheap stuff that I bought and flipped for profit. And now I'm I'm pretty far up there. So I'm starting with designer fragrances now.
Hmm. Explain the process of going from cheap items up to designer fragrances. Is it like a tier system? I don't know how else to say it. Where you have to build up a certain amount of money before you can start flipping those things, or is it the experience that you need? Uh, and what tiers are they usually to flipping?
Okay, so you obviously need money for designer fragrances. And you obviously need experience because there's a lot of replicas and you don't want to get scammed, because if you get scammed, you sell the fake to a customer and they find out, they sue you, and then you're pretty much screwed. So you have to be careful that you don't buy fakes and you have to have the money for it.
Mhm.
So how I do it is I just go on eBay, for example. I type in Tom Ford. That's the best selling fragrances, I would say, Tom Ford. I search for Tom Ford, I go on auctions, and I just click on the soon ending auctions, and then I just start bidding. Most of the time, you can get pretty lucky and find them for under like 100 euros, and you can easily flip them for 150, 160, 200.
Mhm.
I
Interesting.
wouldn't say there's different tiers to flipping, but you definitely do need experience to
Okay.
like move on to more expensive items.
How comes you decide to do flipping then instead of learning a skill like copywriting or content creation, video editing, any of those?
Could you repeat the first part again?
Yeah, how comes you decided to do flipping out of choosing all the other skills that were available? Like, what drew you to flipping?
It's just the easiest, to be honest. Like, everyone can do it, everyone has stuff at home that they don't need. It's just easy to get rid of old things and then use that money to reinvest into new items that you can flip. That's just something you can always do.
Okay,
Even if I do freelancing, I can still do flipping on the side.
fair enough. Okay, it's interesting because it's reminding me back when I used to play games like years ago. I used to actually enjoy flipping. If there was some kind of market economy, then that would be something I'd focus on, trying to buy low, sell high, wherever it was.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so that's why I'm kind of interested, because this basically translates to real life. So if I wasn't doing
It
this,
does,
I
yeah.
wonder if I would have entertained the idea of doing flipping myself. Yeah. All right, cool. Then you joined the real world. What was it like going through the lessons? How different are they compared to what's out on the internet?
It's very different. So on the internet, it's just, like all the basics. They tell you what you need to do, but they don't like tell you step by step. They just say like it's just not detailed enough. In the real world, you have everything step by step. You know what to do. If you have a question, you can ask someone, and there's just always someone can help you.
Mhm.
So all the other lessons I've seen so far, before I joined the real world, I tried to, I had other coaches, not like face to face coaches, but I looked on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, everything, tried to like see if I can find someone that knows what he's doing. But most of them, they just repeat the same thing over and over again. It's just full of the same information.
Okay. So, and what about in terms of insights, which have been useful to you that stand out? Any come to mind?
What do you mean exactly by
So,
insights?
as you were going through the material, whether it was a AMA you joined, something you saw in the chat, or something from the
Oh,
lessons,
okay, okay.
basically any insights that stood out, do any come to mind that you can share?
Yeah, definitely the AMAs and the daily lessons. Those are the two main parts.
The average day, how has that changed since joining? How different is your average day now compared to before?
Very different, very different. So I used to wake up, have no motivation, just go to work, and then right after, I just sit in bed and do basically nothing. But now I wake up, I drink my first 2 glasses of water before I go to work. I go to work, I look for items while I'm working, I talk to customers while I'm working. Once I'm home, I keep looking for products. Um, yeah, I used to struggle to get to like 1 liter a day. the average was like 0.5 liters a day, and now I can easily drink 2 liters a day. So not only my motivation has changed, but also my whole mindset.
Hmm. And this is in what time span? When did you join?
I joined on the 6th of September.
So yeah, just over a month.
Over a month, yeah.
Okay, what? This is another thing I'm wondering. How comes it took you up until September to join? I'm sure you would have heard about the real world before, right? Before September.
I did, but I was kind of hesitant. I didn't know if it's worth it. I mean, I saw that other people are making money, but I didn't know if it's really that easy.
Mhm.
I just thought that they can do it, but I couldn't. But once I joined, that completely changed instantly.
Yeah. And what was the turning point then that actually led you to join in September?
I just wanted to have money. Honestly, it's just my job pays me 760 a month, 760 euros, which isn't a lot, and I work full time, so it's 40 hours a week.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And 760 in Germany, that's nothing.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, I don't want to work for the rest of my life. I want my parents to not work for the rest of their lives. So yeah.
And then where do you see this heading for you in the short term, medium term, and long term?
So short term, it's probably gonna stay like it is right now for a bit. Just keep flipping, working my way up. But once I'm further up there, I want to start my own social media marketing agency, and then hopefully that will succeed.
Using lessons from the real world as well for social media marketing agency.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. What's stopping you from starting it now?
Knowledge, experience.
And you'll acquire the experience how?
I'm just gonna start freelancing, using what I'm learning in the real world,
Mhm.
and then once I have gained some knowledge by myself and gained some experience, I will try to build a team, and then yeah, that's how it's gonna work out.
Fair enough. And what do your parents think about what you're doing then? Since they're seeing you, I'm guessing they would have seen a bit of change in you at least over that month,
Oh
or
yeah,
maybe
they're very
even a
proud.
lot of change because it has just been a month. But
Yeah,
I presume there has been change. So yeah, what are parents saying about it?
they're very proud. My mom sometimes is a bit iffy about it. She doesn't know if it's like it's just parenting, just mother things. My dad is completely proud. My mom is sometimes a bit iffy.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's see. What else do we have left then? Is there any more to go into your past, or are you happy there? No more to add.
Um, if you have more
Before we
questions,
join.
then feel free to ask.
Just wondering if there's anything else you want to add, because we pretty much speedrun this. That's most of my questions. I'll just have one to end off. I guess I have one more actually. What kind of an
Okay,
impact has Tate had on you?
a big impact, honestly. So before I ever heard of Tate, I used to listen to the government and everything they said, but ever since then, I pretty much question everything. And yeah, I mean that's a really good part, to be honest, because you can't really trust everyone and everything. Everyone tries to screw you over. Nobody wants to see you win. It's just good to have yourself as your own backup.
Or
And that's pretty much what Tate taught me.
he taught you common sense?
Yup, exactly.
Yeah, and that's actually pretty. I didn't want to use the same word again, but I can't think of another one. That's a pretty common thing to happen. Where even for myself, like when 2020 came around and all the COVID thing was happening, at first I was like, just follow what government says. But then as time went on, I really realized just how wrong I was with that statement.
Yep.
So yeah, and cool. I guess we can wrap up with a final question. For people who are unsure about joining the real world because they're thinking it could be a scam, what advice would you have to them?
Just shoot your shot, honestly. You miss every shot you don't take. It's just $50. I know $50 is a lot for some people, but I mean, it took me 1 month to gain around 1K in profits. So it's not hard to, just keep going and making money to be able to pay for your real world subscription. the reward pays for itself.
Mhm.
That's basically how it is.
To be fair, that is quite substantial. In your first month, you made 1,000 euros. It would have been euros, right?
Yeah,
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 1,000 euros. Did you say 18 or 19?
18.
18. 1,000 euros at 18, just flipping on the side while working your normal job. Pretty good
Yeah,
for first month.
yeah, that's good.
It will be interesting to see how things go for you. So, Mr. Chapo, was a good interview. Thank you for coming on. And let's do a follow up in future to see how you're progressing, how everything's going for you. And yeah, until then, wish you all the best.
Perfect, man. Thank you for inviting me.